Hello, everyone. Hello. Greetings. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, hello, everyone. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. Woo! Good to have you guys. Wango! I just left your house not too long. Good to see you, Wango. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Yeah, you are the first. Welcome. Thank you so much, Wango, for coming. I appreciate you. I am good, and you? How are you doing? How has your week been? I mean, your weekend. Yeah. Hamed, thank you so much. Hamed Party, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome, Ahmed. Good to have you here. Wango Comedy, thank you so much for coming. Ahmed, how have you been? How has your weekend been? Hope you are good. Let's link up, guys. Coming. Thumbs up, and share out. Let's have more people coming to the house. Yeah. Hello, Cornelius. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Consistent, please. Okay, I am good, gorgeous woman of God. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Guys, kindly thumbs up as you're coming in. I appreciate you, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wango. Good to see you. Thank you, guys. How has your weekend been? Hope it's been an amazing one and you had a great time. It's a new week, a beautiful week. It's time to dig it in. Okay, Ahmed. May this week be a fruitful one for us all. A beautiful one, a successful one, and a fruitful one. Welcome. I see you all, every one of you. The ball pie. Welcome, gorgeous queen. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. And we have Laviv in the building. Laviv, good to see you. Welcome, queen. It's amazing having you join us here tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Consistently say, I really love this topic. I wish I could be here for the whole time because it triggers me. Yeah, even if it's just for a brief moment, you can jump in and then you give your opinion so that whoever is coming in later, they can, hear your own side as well. I know you're a counselor and you're very good at this. And I know that topics like this here will really interest you. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you all join us tonight on Love Night with Spice. And today we'll be discussing how expectations in marriage have disappointed a lot of people, their expectations and the reality in marriage, because this is the problem a lot of us married people are having. Our expectations are always high even before we get married. We set all the standards. We have the picture, the profile of the kind of man or the kind of woman we want to settle down with. And we know, like, it's like we have the whole thing figured out before marriage. And when we eventually get into marriage, the reality just comes staring us on the face like this. See me here. See me here. Your expectation. Look at me. This is reality. What can you do? Oops! And when that happens, it leaves us feeling frustrated, feeling empty, feeling angry, feeling disappointed, and all whatnot. Like it leaves us drained. Some of us might be struggling, through all the realities that we found in marriage, while others have decided to throw in the towel. So this is what we'll be discussing today. The expectations a lot have of marriage before even getting in. It's more like, when December comes, or even before Christmas, a lot of people will meet their tailor, get designs and styles from Instagram, from different fashion and styles, Bella Niger and all that. And then they get these beautiful, amazing fashion styles, and they send these styles to their tailor, even with the materials in most cases. And then when the tailor is done bringing this material, just looking at it alone without trying it on will just make you say, God have mercy, what have I done to myself? How did I even trust this tailor or this stylist? How did we end up with this crazy style? Adane Talk Show, welcome. Thank you so much, Queen. And then in other cases, you order things online. I don't know if you've ever ordered something online. You've not seen it, but you can see the picture online. You can see the style. You can see the quality. Like you can actually see everything. But then when your goods or your product is delivered to you, it is almost opposite of what you ordered for. Material-wise, quality-wise, even sometimes the style and the colors totally are different from what you ordered for. So it is the same thing with marriage. We paint this almost perfect picture of what we want out of marriage, how our marriage is going to be the all perfect marriage, from the wedding, to the honeymoon in the Bahamas, Maldives, and all that. And then eventually, when you get in there, after the honeymoon drama is over, the reality starts staring at you like this, like seriously. And then you say, God, is this marriage? How did I end up here? Yeah, Ahmed, someday I might come to Egypt. Thank you so much for the invitation. And then you are looking at yourself and then you're wondering, so now so marriage be. So this is what marriage is really all about. And in most cases, people see, they use the lifestyles of celebrities they see online. When you look at some of our celebrities, these beautiful, gorgeous women, you look at them with their husbands and the children and the kind of beautiful houses they live in, the kind of cars they drive, the kind of wears, the jewelries and everything. They're popping skin and all that. And you see, yeah, this is the kind of marriage I want. Mercy Johnson's kind of wedding. This is what I want. Mercy Johnson's kind of family. This is what marriage should be, and all that. And then you get married. The reality starts staring you in the face. Like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? So, guys, this is what we'll be preaching tonight. And the link is here. Welcome. Please don't forget to thumbs up, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up. I'm dropping the link. Whoever wants to come up and quickly share, consistent place. The link is here. Since you said you're busy, if you have the time, few minutes, you can just come up and share your view on this expectation versus reality. What do we do when we find ourselves, in this kind of situation? It isn't what we bargained for. It isn't the kind of marriage we wanted. It isn't the kind of life we wanted in marriage. It isn't the kind of suffering. We never bargained for suffering in marriage. We never bargained for domestic violence. We never bargained for abuse. We never bargained for struggle in marriage. But here they are. Someone said life happens. And really, life really do happen. Life happens. There are people who have gone into marriage with this beautiful expectation, and they're working towards it day in, day out. And you know what? The beautiful aspect of it is that some people is actually working for them. It is working for some persons. Yes, their expectations really met their realities. Hey, Mommy Fechi, welcome. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ma. My one and only mommy. Thank you so much for coming. And we are discussing expectations in marriage versus the reality we are faced with. And then you see some persons, their expectations really met their reality. Like the reality of what they wanted is there. They wanted this perfect, almost perfect marriage. Like we always say, there is no perfect marriage out there. There are no perfect couple out there. Welcome, Aziza. Thank you so much, gorgeous woman. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys, please, as you're coming in, kindly thumbs up the stream, okay? And if you can share out in your community, kindly do so. Let's have more people coming, because this is something that affects us, both men and women. This is not just for the men, for women alone, both men. A lot of men have high expectations, of marriage, have high expectations of the woman they want to get married to. They have this beautiful picture painted already. They want this beautiful, intelligent, smart, hardworking woman. Thank you so much. They want a prayerful woman, a tongue-speaking woman. They just want to get married and then start raising children. And then, the children are there. They start raising the children, training children in school. And then before you say Jack Robinson, they grow up, they grow old together. And then, they become grandparents. Everything seems, will have to be all perfect. But then eventually, okay, have things to say about this, but we'll be with you in about 20 minutes. Okay, because completing something now. Okay, mommy, no problem, mommy. Thank you so much. I'll be expecting you back. Yeah, so eventually they get married, and then they meet the direct opposite of what they prayed for, what they wished for, what they wanted in marriage. They meet this woman who is totally different from the woman they courted, because whether we like it or not, Mauritania, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Mauritania, this is the first time I'm seeing you on my live stream, and it's really an amazing thing to have you here. Thank you so much. Welcome to Love Night with Spice. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Kindly thumbs up. This is where we discuss everything about relationship and marriage. And in case we are not connected, please kindly click the subscribe button so we stay connected. If you're a content creator, I will join you. If you're not a content creator, leave your notification bell also. You always get notified whenever I come live. I do this Monday to Friday every day. Thank you so much. And tonight, we are discussing the expectations in marriage versus the reality we meet. How this has left a lot of people empty, feeling dejected, feeling, frustrated, regretting why they got into marriage. Oh, that's beautiful. On Olufunke's channel. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Please consider joining the family, okay? Consider joining the family, and you will love it here. You will love it here. Thank you so much. So, now, like I was giving some analysis, you order things online, and then when those things come to you, they are totally different. Both men and women have high expectations before getting married. I was saying before that relationship is totally different from marriage. You might be in relationship for 10 years. The day you get married, the day you decided to walk down the aisle, the day you decided to tie the knot, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game entirely. It's no longer a relationship because you've left that status, and things must definitely change. You don't expect the all rosy ride in relationship. Yeah, thank you, Azizat, for that. Thank you so much. You don't expect a relationship that has been all smooth to be the same as marriage. You can be in a relationship and pretend to be who you are not. Like, you can actually pretend through relationship. You have nothing to lose in that relationship. It either works out or it packs up, right? And in relationship, you're careful. It's not everything you actually do. You don't commit yourself totally, 100%, until you've walked down the aisle with that person. You know, okay, this person is mine till death do us part. Yes, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. With this person, I'm gonna grow old together. We're going to grow old together. So this is the picture. It is totally different. So do not go into marriage with the same mindset you have in relationship. Do not walk down the aisle thinking that marriage is the same as relationship. It is never the same as relationship. And for those who are now comparing life in relationship while they were still courting, dating, and having all the good and great time, they are still dreaming about those times when they were dating. It is totally different. The reality will shock you. It will punch you straight in the eyes. It's going to punch you. Okay, Azizat. Okay, Queen. Thank you so much. Pray for me too. I have in your prayers as well. The reality is going to punch you. The reality is going to hit you like a cold ice water in winter. It's going to hit you so hard because it's not what you wanted. But here it is, right before you. How do you deal with it? How do you manage it? How do you separate it? How do you deal with the reality you are faced with? Clip Hot Comedy, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. It's also the first time having you here. I appreciate you joining the stream tonight. Welcome. Thank you so much. This is Love Night with Spice on Spicy Talk with Onwadia. And here we talk all about relationship, love, and marriage. Thank you so much. And I do this every day, Monday to Friday, same time. Nella's side, my gorgeous queen, welcome. Thank you so much. Please, guys, as you're coming in, kindly click the like, okay? And if you're not connected, consider joining the family. Consider subscribing, okay? And if you're a content creator, I will get back to you. Host, you are so gifted. Loving this stepping. Okay, stepping to my next class. Oh, okay, gorgeous queen. Thank you. I wish I can have your contribution, even if it's for a minute, queen. I wish I can just have one contribution, 1 minute from you. Yes, I wish you can do that. Just 1 minute, drop, a little wisdom, with us here before you leave. If you can do that, I wouldn't mind. Thank you so much, queen. So this is what we are faced with. There are a lot of people who have gotten married, as virgins. Let me even use this as an example. They get married as virgins. Some young ladies preserved themselves. They kept themselves and they said, no, I am not going to eat the cake. I am not going to defile the bed. I am not going to do this. I'm not going to go against the Lord of God. And I'm going to keep myself for my husband. I will give him the honor of being the one that will open this fountain. And they kept themselves. They walk into marriage expecting that the first month the man breaks that hymen, that the next thing that is going to happen is they're going to miss their period. And you guess what? 1 month gone, 6 months gone, 1 year gone, and that is how they start counting. Fondant and pastry cake design, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, queen. Thanks for the thumbs up as well. I appreciate you. 1 year, and you know what? They keep counting. Frustration set in, and they keep wondering, where did I go wrong, God? Where did I miss it? I kept myself. I kept the promise. I did all you wanted me to do. I didn't defile the bed. I didn't defile myself. I allowed my husband to take the honor. I never took any pills. I never did DNC. I never did all that. I kept myself. I preserved myself. Why me? A lot of why me? They're asking, where did I get it wrong? Why do I have to wait? What is wrong with me? That is the reality of marriage. It's like a package you ordered for. When you open it, especially a surprise package, you open it. Sometimes it is what you want and you are so excited, you're so happy. And other times it is not what you want. It isn't what you expected and you're dejected. Like, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. Laviv, thank you so much, Queen. And then this is the reality looking at you. What next? You start feeling frustrated and you feel, no, if I had known, I should have eaten the forbidden fruit. I should have defied it. I should have done this. I should have had like 10 boyfriends. I should have dated a lot of men. I should have had sugar daddies. I should have done all that my mates, my friends were doing. Look at them. They're happily married with their children. Yeah, they're having a great time. While I'm here, despite being the church girl, despite being the decent girl among my friends, here I am facing this battle with this challenge, with this mountain standing right before me. Thank you so much, Clip Body. Okay, Clip Hot Comedy. Okay. Be yourself, Dynasty. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Queen, for coming. Kindly thumbs up the stream, guys. If you can share out, help me share out. Let's have more people, because this is what a lot of people are dealing with. The expectations of marriage is totally different from the reality they are faced with. It has left some people feeling dejected and frustrated. Others have thrown in the towel. Some are struggling. They don't know when this whole thing is going to end. Or is it a man that decides that, okay, I want to get married so I can have my own woman whenever I want it. All I need to do is to tap her, baby, and then she gives it all to me. Then the reality hits you. You get married. When you touch your wife, sweetheart, baby, and she said, come on, I'm tired. No, not today. I'm tired. I'm having headache. Reality hits the Son of Man. Whoa, I got married so I can always have my fill. I got married so that I can be satisfied. I got married so that whenever I want it, I'm going to get it. I got married so that I don't have to cheat around. I got married so I don't have to play and mess around. I got married so I can be responsible. But here I am. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm yet to see Jerusalem. I'm yet to see the latest color of my wife's panties. It is the reality. What do? Some men begin to consider cheating, having side chick, and you know what? This is the beginning of problems in their marriage. Not all expectations will be met. Unfortunately, it is the reality of life. This is the world we live in. We do not have total control over events that happen or occur in our lives. We do not have control. We are planning one thing, the universe is planning something else for us. We set all the standard for ourselves. We write out everything we want. We have the beautiful picture. And yet, when it happens, we ask, no, but this is how I planned it. This is how I expected it to be. This is how I wanted it to be. This is why I worked so hard. Thank you so much, guys. It happens even in finances. You have been working so hard as a man, have a lot of savings, stashed out somewhere. And you tell yourself, whenever I'm married, now we can, this is why I'm working, I'm saving up a lot. So that when I get married, my wife and children will live in paradise. I'm going to build a paradise for them. I'm going to build a palace for them. I'm going to give my children everything. In fact, every year we'll go to Maldives, or we'll go to Bahamas, or we go to New York, or we go to California, or we go to UK. We'll have to travel around the world. We go on cruise tour. You have everything mapped out. Then you get married. The reality sets in. Pampers is no longer what it used to be 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or even 2 years ago. Life no balance. Thank you, Adamne. Life no balance. Thank you so much, Clifford. I appreciate you. You have all these things figured out, but eventually you get married. Your responsibilities doubles or triples. The children start coming. Bills are piling up. Your savings begins to go down. Maybe the first year you went on holiday, second year no more. What happened to that picture? And then you make one wrong investment. One wrong investment, everything comes crashing down. All your savings down the drain. And you said no. Then you start struggling with your family. You can barely pay school fees. You can barely provide for them. And then you sit at home. You drink all day. You worry yourself all day and night. You nag as a man. You begin to complain about everything. You start, looking for what to hold and who to blame. No, it is not your wife. It is not your children. Life happens. We don't have control over these things sometimes. No matter how much you try to foolproof it, no matter how much you try to secure the future, sometimes things happen. It is not your fault that they happen. It is not your fault that you are not able to travel the way you planned it. It is not your fault that you are not able to give your wife all that you promised her before marriage. No, it isn't your fault. It just happens. Expectations versus reality. And then some women, they have this already they have this beautiful picture of a peaceful home. Even men, a very peaceful home where everything is all lovey and dovey, where they are so romantic. Especially when you come online, you see reels, you see stories of couples. You see them giving us couples vibes and couples goals all the time. On Instagram, on TikTok, and you say, oh my God, why can't my marriage be like this? Can I shock you? This is what they want you to see. You don't know the challenges they face behind the camera. Behind that camera, behind social media, do you know the challenges? Do you know the reality they are facing? You are not the only one. You think marriage is all lovey-dovey, bed of roses, where you kiss morning till night, where you make love all week long. Everything is almost perfect. Marriage is not an easy journey, but with understanding and God's help, things becomes easier. Thank you. Thank you. With understanding, meaning when those challenges are there, you just need to understand. You just need to understand with yourself and understand that God may have a perfect plan. Thank you. Don't be deceived by social media. Social media is a place where we put the other things, we want you to see. Behind, there are things we don't want you to see. There are things those couples don't want you to. Haven't you seen your celebrities, your favorite celebrities, and then overnight you just hear that their marriages have packed up? And you're wondering, no, these are perfect couple. No, they shouldn't have. No, I love this couple. No. Oh, it hurts me. It breaks my heart that they're parting ways. Why should they? This is a perfect marriage made in heaven. This is the union made in heaven. And then you're wondering, you know what? They are dealing with maybe worse situation than you are dealing with. But they have to put up that front. They have to put up that face, that front they want you to see. And then you look at them, you want to use them as a yardstick. In as much as we know that it is good, we know it is beautiful to look up to some of these people, but you look up to only those you know outside social media. Those couples you know their life outside social media. Not just on social media. Those you know one-on-one. Those daddies and mommies. Those pastors, those people, even your pastors, when they come to church, you see them and then you see the way daddy adores mommy. And then you say, oh, I wish my husband is gonna love it the way our pastor is loving our mommy. G.O. Being a carer with cares, thank you so much, God, just for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then you say, I wish. And then you look at your husband sitting at the far end of the church and his face is all frowned and he's raising his nose and then he's just looking at what the pastor is saying, shaking his head this way. And then you are just there saying, you look at him and then you say, you will not listen to what the pastor is saying. Indirectly, your eyes have said it. I hope you are seeing pastor. I hope you are hearing what pastor is saying. I hope you are hearing what he's doing to his wife. I hope you are seeing it. Do you know what the pastor and his wives are dealing with? Thank you. Do you know? You are absolutely right. People just show you what they want you to see, not everything. That is why you have to be very, very careful when you are trying to emulate someone's marriage. Thank you, Queen. God bless you for this. Thank you so much. Thank you. And this is the truth. And then you go home, you throw it at your husband. Did you see? This is how pastor said it should be. But no. You have to cross your leg and not help me out at home. You have to do this. No, you don't do all that. Mrs. Perry, blessing, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Did you hear Pastor? Did you hear how Pastor says he treats his wife? And then you set your own. Even as a single, you are going to church. You are seeing all the lovey-dovey couples do in church. or different events you are invited to, and you say, oh my God, I tap into this, I tap into this, I tap into this. This is what my marriage should look like. Oh, I want my marriage to be like that of my daddy G.O. and my mommy G.O. I want my husband to be like daddy G.O. I want my husband to be, to treat me the same way daddy G.O. is treating mommy G.O. Do you know if daddy G.O. have seen Jerusalem for the past 6 months? Do you know what mommy G.O. is dealing with? No, you don't know. Our expectations are different sometimes with reality. The reality of marriage will shock you. I said it will rub you in the mud. The reality of marriage will rub you in the mud. Like it's gonna humble you. Yeah, they tap into wahala. The reality is gonna humble you. Don't be deceived by pastors, though they are humans too. Thank you so much. Thank you. The reality will humble you. You have this perfect picture of when you get married, you have your children, you have your beautiful, adorable children. Oh, they're going to look so beautiful. And then you start taking all sorts of beautiful fruits, colored fruits. You start eating healthy. Oh, my children's skin are going to pop. Their skin will pop like, in fact, my skin is not popping, so my children's skin will pop. Their hair will be so curly. They will look so beautiful and adorable that when you see them, you wonder if these ones are angels. And then they will be so responsible. They will not be troublesome children. They will be so sweet and adorable. And then eventually you have these children. They become opposite of what you prayed for. Mommy, thank you so much, Mommy, for joining the stream.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
welcome.
much. Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank
Mommy.
you. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, everyone in the chat. Yes,
Hello, welcome,
yeah,
Mommy.
this topic, apparently I have some things I need to say here. Something came up this week, actually, with somebody else.
Okay.
Then, looking at my own life, I think I have some examples as well to give. But what
Yeah.
prompted me to actually come up was the fact that somebody was sharing something with me this week, and it's to do with obviously she's married and have children, but I don't know whether to use the word disappointment, because from what she was sharing, it was like a bit of disappointment because she only
Mm-hmm.
had a particular sex. And,
Mm.
with our culture, if you are going to have a
Yeah.
particular sex, people will think that, oh, you better to have the other gender, not the other one. That kind of
Mm-hmm.
mentality. Yeah. So because she had the other gender, she was like very disappointed. And
Mm.
in front of the children, sometimes she will even tell them, oh, the next one, when I'm going to have another child and I'm going to have a boy and things like that. And you think this is not fair on the children. But what she was sharing with
Mm.
me, though, was the fact that before she got married, she had this in her head, the kind of perfect family she's going to raise and all the rest of it. When I was
Mm.
counseling her, it was like more or less, she was more or less looking at me thinking, well, you had sons. And I said to her, do you know what? From my first son, I started praying for a daughter. And I ended up with 4 of them. So it doesn't, it's not as
Mm.
if I didn't really want to. But God, what I've learned over the years, that's why I want to say I'm going to tell my own story as well. What I've learned over the years is that God actually gives you the ones that He knows will be good for you. Because
Mm.
you may have sons and they will end up being so and so, and they will end up inside and they will end up messing around. And then you have
Mm.
daughters, and they are the ones that will be there around you. And then vice versa. I've seen people who had daughters and they are never near their parents. They are just all over the place. So it
Mm.
doesn't matter the important thing is what God gives you. Just pray that when I was expecting first, second, third, and then 5 years gap, another pregnancy, unexpected. I'm like, yes, my daughter is coming now. That's why it's delayed for 5 years. My daughter is coming now.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, when I was there,
Another
because even though
boy.
I did, yeah, I did a scan, we did a scan and they told us, because at the time, we thought we had finished with the three. We planned a trip to America where my sisters they live. So we have already given away everything about baby. So when I had my last son, you think he's a first child because everything that he wore was just brand new. Because I've given away everything. We're happy with three and so on. If I really, really desperately want a girl, I can decide to adopt in future. I was still young because I had my first three by the age of 28, I've had my first three. Then I had 5 years gap before I had my last one. So I thought, that's fine. But eventually, obviously, when the scan was done, another boy came in, and I needed to know what I'm having because we are going on holiday in America. Things are much cheaper. It was summertime, so we can buy things there because I don't have anything else. Anyway, so that happened, and another boy, and I just from that scan, I started looking forward to that. I'm going to be mom of boys. But what I'm trying to say is that my expectation and what I wanted, looking
Hmm.
at it when I got married, wasn't what I got. You know, but God knows what He's doing because looking back now, looking at my sons now, I'm so grateful to God that He blessed me
Hmm.
with them. I'm not saying that if he had blessed me with a daughter that they wouldn't be as good, of course. But what I want people to understand is that God gives us the best, and His plan for us, He's a master planner. He
Hmm.
knows why He does what He does. But sometimes,
Yeah.
as human beings, including myself, we are so impatient. We don't want this. We don't want that. Okay,
Yeah.
another example I want to give with myself is I got married. Those of you who have been following my story, I got married quite early. At the age of 21, bride price was paid. At the age of 22, Iwanhu was done. At the age of 23, church wedding was done. At the age of 24, first son arrived. So everything was
Woo!
just like that. Yes, everything was one year, just to give me that time to grow up and to finish my nursing school. So to me, everything was just working perfectly well.
Hmm.
And yeah, but so you will expect that somebody she's had her children fairly young. By the time she hits 50 or even in her 50s, grandchildren will start coming. But that's not the case. There's a woman in fact, two couples that we all got married the same year. In fact, two of them had challenges of conceiving, having children. One of them waited for 15 years before
Oh
they had
God.
their first years. In fact, they didn't have it. They adopted two daughters. Do you know that this couple who adopted, no, it's not 15, sorry, 11 years. They adopted 11 years after. By then, obviously, my first son is already 11. Just listen to this story because sometimes when we just go too far, we want this, we want that. And those two daughters, they adopted. Thank God they adopted them from as babies. One of them giving them a bit of trouble, but the first one really very screwed on and everything. And eventually, at the age of 22 or 23, got married. Now, that my a friend who waited for 11 years before they had their first children became grandparents. You know, that first before us, just to show you how
Whoa.
yes, just to show you how life is. Because assuming I have had a daughter, and assuming, because I know some of my relatives who have daughters and they're 32 and into their 30s, they're not yet married, but assuming the person
Hmm.
also married as young as I did, maybe at the age of 48, 50, I would have been but that's not the problem. I've never in a day said to myself, oh, I wish I'd been. I was even saying to them, do you know what? I just want to live my life. The grandchildren can come later on if that is how God wants it. But what I'm trying to say is that person that did not even have their own biological children
Hmm.
early ended up right. You see what I mean? And for us,
Yeah, it's not.
obviously, we are
Sometimes it's not about who started first.
no, it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. So some people can go quick, quick, quick and do it, and then something along the way there might be an obstacle. So yes, by God's grace, we're expecting our first one very soon. But what I'm trying to say is that it does not follow that because you married early, you're going to have all your children earlier, or that you're going to start having grandchildren earlier, or that you're going to do this. No, our expectation sometimes is far from reality, and we have to be very, very open to that, and we have to be very, very prepared for that, because life, things can change, in life. So these are just a
Wow.
little example I want to give for people who have a particular sex like myself. You must not make your children, because even when we're expecting the fourth one, we are saying to the three older one, because they are all old enough to know, understand what's going on. Oh, another pregnancy. What do you want a sister? No, no, I don't want a brother. I think it's their mouth. They all want it. All three of them said they wanted another brother, because obviously they're used to having each other. You know, but I
Oh,
never, I never made it look, to them look like, what are you saying? You want another brother? No, I've got enough of you all. I want a girl. No, I'll just laugh, because obviously they're saying their mind. You ask them question, they're saying their mind. But this idea of you
yeah.
asking the children, they tell you, and then you are there telling them, you are a handful as you are. I don't want any more of you. I want something else. People say that to their children. That is very, very wrong, because that can go into the children's mind, and they'll be wondering that they are the wrong gender, that you don't really
Wow.
like them, or you don't really appreciate them. So we have to be very, very careful, what we
Yeah.
say to our children. And also, I think I don't know whether I've uploaded that video. I did something on my video about what I'm going to say now. I don't know whether it's uploaded or not. Anyway, where a husband will, you are the one, I don't know whether men actually understand that whether you have a boy or a girl, it's nothing to do with your wife. It's all to do with you, because your wife has you are the one that has the XY chromosome, and the wife, so it's you that determines. So I don't
The
know which
sex.
bit.
Yeah.
Yes, the sex. I don't know which bit. Some men don't understand that it's not actually the woman's fault. So this man was like, that was only the first child though that they just had, and it's a baby girl. And just there and then, after the woman gone through all that labor and put to bed the baby, and we were just saying, "Oh, thank God for this." But hey, the next one is going to be a boy. I'm like,
There
you
and
know,
then.
yes, somebody was just sharing that. That was exactly what her husband was saying to her on a delivery bed. And I'm thinking that is very insensitive. You don't even know what the woman, who told you that boy or girl, who told you that one is better than the other. I think it's that old mentality that we have that, boys
Mm,
are these, boys are that. It just went into people's head that they don't even wish to have daughters. They just wish to have a particular sex. That is not good. So sometimes, even if we are thinking of something or we desire something like that, it's better to keep
mm,
quiet, maybe, and don't say it out, because it can, anybody hearing it, it sounds so insensitive that you don't even
mm.
appreciate what God has given to you, because
Oh,
you this is what you actually want. Or you are getting married and you're saying to yourself, in the next 5 years, I want to have done. That's another one that I've just talked with
mm.
recently. She planned her life and got married at the age of 20 something, because she said that she doesn't want to be having children when she's in her 30s, or even before she gets to 30, that she wants to finish having children. And I'm like, people say these things as if they are God, as if that there's somewhere
Yeah,
they
they
get those.
already have that perfect picture. Mommy,
Yes.
please hold your thought, mommy. One moment. Let me welcome some persons in here. Be yourself is in the house. Welcome, be yourself. And we have
Thank you
trending.
so much.
Yeah,
Mommy, good
welcome. Thank
evening,
you
ma.
so much. Please be
Hello,
patient with
hello, be
mommy till finish,
yourself.
okay?
Yes, mommy, how you
We
doing?
have a
I'm
trending
fine.
trending news with Octavia Cora. Welcome, Oyoyo Fresh One Yoma. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Larry Thomas, thank you so much. It's the first time seeing you here. Kindly thumbs up and connect with the family. It would be a great honor to have you join this family. Be the carer with case. I appreciate you, Queen. Olufuke, welcome. Thank you so much. Nice to meet every one of you here. Thank you. At home with Mansa. That's gorgeous, gorgeous queen. Thank you so much. I have to be honest, dear host. A lot. I don't really care for the police. Host, I don't really care for the police. Okay, Larry, I don't really understand, but maybe you should make it clearer. Thank you so much, Mommy Moritani. Thank you. At home with Mansa, welcome. So we are discussing expectations versus reality, how it hits us hard when we eventually get married. It's the case of what I ordered versus what I get. Is it in all cases? And even in some cases, we know that. But when that happens, what becomes of the marriage? How do you handle the reality staring at you right in the face after getting married? Mommy Essie Kitchen, is a pleasure to have you too. Welcome, Queen. I appreciate. Please, guys, don't forget to thumbs up. So, Mommy, please go on before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
proceed
let me
with what
just
you're saying.
round up. Yeah, so this one, that was her plan, and she rushed in from all indications. She rushed into this marriage because we didn't want to wait until a certain age. She just want to get it done with and have her children. Lo and behold, she rushed into that marriage, and conceiving was a problem. Now, so your main priority for getting into that marriage that quick is because of children. Now, that
Children.
person has actually missed the point to start with, because marriage to start with is for the husband and wife, and anything that comes after it, like children, becomes a big bonus. So the fact that she actually went in there with this mindset, I want to do this before I'm 30, I want to get all my children done, blah blah blah. I'm like, wow. And what
And
actually happened
if
was,
she gets in there eventually, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, even without the external pressure, she will start mounting on her pressure on herself already. She'll start mounting pressure on herself already to have the children, because this is the picture she already painted. This is what she already wants. You get?
yes,
So
that's
this is the problem why a lot of, even without the in-laws, even without the society, outsiders asking, she will be the one mounting unnecessary pressure on herself because the children are not forthcoming yet.
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with this situation. Anyway, the person that wanted to have everything done by the time she's 30, that's why she rushed into this marriage, and there was challenges. Obviously, she's now into early 30s and not yet conceived, and that is a big problem. Becomes a big problem. As you rightly said, for her, not so much other pressures, but the pressures, even that pressure of not conceiving the first year or the second year that she put in herself may even have prevented her from conceiving, and now she's into her
Stress.
30s. So what are you going to do then? So we have to really relax about all these things. When people say, oh, look at those people, we all got married together. Look at them, look at their children, they're all grown up. Oh, look at them, they've all started having. No, 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 no. Everybody's grace is so different. Everybody's journey is so different. We cannot keep competing and comparing, and that is causing a lot of problem. And people are putting a lot of undue pressures on themselves. Just enjoy what you have. Just be grateful for what you have and have an open mind. And when it's God's time, God will give you the best. You have to just be praying. We have to be very, that's a bit of, yeah, we have to be very, very prayerful and actually tell God what we want. Because when I was expecting, wishing all those and it wasn't happening, I changed my prayer point. I said, God, thank you so much for blessing me with these wonderful sons. I pray that whatever is happening to children, especially male children in this country, will never happen to them. Because I have a few of them, of people that we know whose children are in young offenders because of one thing or the other. I change my prayer point. I say, thank you, God. And I keep handing them over to you, to God. I watched Oyoyo's channel, not her channel, but her baby's channel. And I could see when those children were going to school, she was there. You know, in her channel, you can't comment, but I watch all your baby girls' channel, Oyoyo. And she was there in the background, stretching her hand and praying for them. As the school bus was coming, she was praying, she was handing them over to God. That's what we should be doing. Never minding, boy, girl, this, I'm waiting for this and that. just handing them over to God, telling God, pronouncing what you want. When I watch that, I'm like, yes, you've got it. Or that's how what should be happening. Committing her children to God. She was just, as the bus was coming, and as some of their children were coming to enter the bus, she was just praying for them until the bus went. And I'm like, that was it. That's exactly what I was doing with these boys when they were younger. I'm not going to be take any credit and say, "Oh yeah, thank God that there weren't any problems." As I said to you before, our first one wanted to be strong-head and everything, but nothing major. But everything turned out so good, and I'm not taking the credit. My husband is not taking the credit. It's because I now say, God, this is what you have given to me. I now handed them over to you, especially those of you who are in abroad will understand what I'm talking about, especially here. I don't know about, I think it's the same thing in America. Here in UK, our boys, sometimes they will go into inner London and they'll come back and say, Mom, guess what happened today? They stopped and was searching me as if I was a criminal. Now, they don't search the other colors like that, but they keep doing this to your own children because they think that the children of certain color are the ones that gets into a problem.
If
And I
it's
just say to them,
the order of the day where we
don't
live.
worry, don't bother about that. You know who you are and blah, blah, so they always say, I know who I am, when they were young and everything. So that encouragement and that acceptance to say to them, yes, you are this gender, but remember who you are, where you come from. We just tell God what we want for our children. We don't have a choice. When we have been given, we just have to take it and thank God for them. I'm going to stop here because I'll let others talk, but this is just what I wanted to share because this came up recently and I thought it's better for us to talk about these things so we can be very measured in our expectations and with what we verbalize. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mimi. I
Thank you
really
so much,
appreciate you.
mommy.
Inspired this topic, and
Yes.
I'm really grateful to God that I know you and you're my mommy. Thank you so much. Be yourself,
Thank
Diana. I
you.
see Oyoyo Fresh. Welcome. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Be
Thank you
Yourself.
so
She has
much.
been here.
Be
Why, your ma?
the story host before
Oh,
be yourself.
It be your
okay,
network.
so
Say something.
yeah, I just
Um,
want to say that.
be yourself. Just 1 second, please. Mommy Fechi,
Okay,
you put me on high jump. Oh. My daughter heard you when you were saying stop telling your children it's time to get married. So you see, she now asks me, Mommy, wait. That what that auntie said, are you going to put me in that position, be asking me when are you getting married, your mates are getting married?
Oh,
So
you
now,
see?
these kids are very smart. So these are children. They are very, very smart.
Very.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you
Mm.
so much. Be yourself. Let's
Okay,
hear from you.
okay. Just like mommy is saying, okay, these things are like in African country here. The heat is much on people that have, especially girls. Okay, especially when you don't have a man that is refined. Why I'm saying a man that is refined is based on what mommy said right now. Those men that know that, oh, this is what came from me. What I gave you is what you're giving me back in return. They don't really pressurize their wives because they know it's a two-way thing. It's all about understanding. But those vocal ones that really feel, oh, I must have a son, you must give me a son, they are putting a lot of pressures on their wives, and it is not funny. Now, let me give you a true life story that happened when I had my daughter in the hospital. Now, the woman, she shared her story why she did what she did to her husband, but here is the story that she was sharing with us. She had 3 girls. By the time she had her third daughter, the man abandoned her in the hospital, and she has to
Can
spend
you
1 month
imagine?
in the hospital
Oh,
doing the cleaning job to pay the business, because he told her already that if she have another girl, he will not come and bail her from the hospital. And true,
Hmm.
he did it. He did
Hmm.
it. And then
Hmm.
when he did it, the lady was crying, crying to God, crying, and look for ways. In fact, her parents was part of the people that paid the hospital bill for her, and they come and bail her. Before you know it, she became pregnant again.
and they didn't return the man's bride price. The parents
They
didn't
did
feel
not.
it's time to return the man's bride
They
price.
did not. They did not. And then during the court, I just feel that God heard that woman's pain and her crying, because she said she got pregnant again after 2 months. Like, It's like after the man has begged her now, he touched her, and once she got pregnant again. And when she was pregnant again, and the man started lamenting, pregnancy, go and remove it. Hope it's not another girl you want to give to me. He
Yeah.
was complaining. And this woman said she keeps crying to God. Mommy, please mute. It's like it's echoing, mommy. Thank you. And this woman keep crying now. By the time she went to Atlanta, they did a scan and told her that she's having a boy. But she did not tell her husband. She keep it to herself. And she keep going to Atlanta. The man will keep even to pay for Atlanta money. The man quarreled before he even agreed that is give her money to go and pay for Atlanta. Because he keep telling her that the signs she's having is the same signs she's having all when she had girls. So that he's not seeing any difference that the lady is going to give birth to a boy. And then the lady said that she keep going to that Atlanta. She begged the doctor also to keep the sex of the child, secret, because it was the same hospital that she registered again. So all of them knew what the man did to her the first time, and all of them kept it a secret. So the day that she had labor, she just packed her things. She didn't even tell her husband. She went to the hospital, and when they give birth to the child, the doctor now called the husband and told her that your wife has given birth to a child. The first thing the man asked the doctor was, what did she give birth to? The doctor told him is a baby girl. And the man said, I knew it. I knew that she's going to give birth to another baby girl. Anyway, she know how we do it now. She should go and look for money and pay herself. And that is how the woman cried. She was crying in that everybody was consoling her. After crying, she carried her child, that her son. She carried her. The doctor now told her that what they would do is that they would do a occasion for that child. After 7 days, naming ceremony, you know how they do it here in Nigeria. That they will do naming ceremony for that child. Okay? So they have already planned with the neighbors and everybody. All of them knew that the woman gave birth to a boy, only the man. And after 7 days, the woman did not come back to the house. The man did not look for her.
And the man didn't come to the hospital?
He did not come to the hospital. He didn't. He did not even look for her.
She stayed there for 7 days?
She stayed there. No, when it's time for her to go home now, the doctor have a house, so he gave her the boy's quarter to go and to come back to his own house. And her mother came to do a move in the doctor's house. The man did not look for them. So what happened is that after 7 days, the doctor brought money, all the street people brought money, and they started cooking food in the compound where the man is living. The man was coming back from market like this. People were now dancing in his house. The wife is not there, the son is not there. They are dancing in his house, telling him that, madam, now wow, congratulations. The man was like, what in today on here say my wife born pikin? Which one be congratulations? That's you know what happened? Your wife gave birth to a baby boy. As the man heard baby boy, he ran to the hospital. The doctor told them that the wife has left 3 days ago, that they don't know where the wife is. That is how this man started looking for the wife because of the boy. He called the wife people. They said they don't know where the woman is. He started looking for everywhere. That is how the thing turned to case, so big case. The family of the girl now told the man that he should go and tell them where their daughter is. The man started looking for the woman. The man looked for the woman. There is nothing he did not do. The woman suffered him. She suffered him. She gave him good 3 months of suffering because the man did not see her for 3 months. After the man had to buy bulk gold, he bought things and come back because the lady later went back to her parents' house. He had to buy gold and things to come and appease her, and he now come and do something like remarrying her again. He come and do like traditional marriage again, remarrying her before she agreed to go back to him. And since then, she has been showing the man pepper. She used that boy to show him pepper. Any sort, she be extracting money for him. I said that is what he wanted. He wants to see. Shebi, let him see it. So the thing is that people that have, especially when you give birth to only girls, it's not easy. Okay, I can relate to mommy when she said she's trying to, talk to the woman, and the woman will not really understand because the woman will be looking at mommy, and you have boys. What are you trying to say? You will not understand my pain. You don't know what to do.
That was exactly the truth, but
exactly.
yeah.
So no matter how mommy will try to talk it now, no matter how you want to tell them the truth, they will still be blinded for the fact that you have 4 boys. In Makonyo, they will be even begging God, please give me one. Give me one so that they will, but all this is now boils down to understanding and marrying a refined man. Marrying a man that really understands all these things. Because when you marry a man that is refined, he already know that, oh, my girls are perfect, they are okay for me. He trained them the way they will train the boy child. But when you marry a local man, a local champion man, it's very hard though. Seriously, they make it very difficult for these women. That's why you see somebody will give birth to girls, the person will not be happy, she will not find peace. And most times those type of children, they need to be very wise, like they are very brilliant. If you see a family of girls, the girls are usually very, very brilliant because they are special, But the father sometimes will be the one that one side. Sorry for the people that are not here. So, like pack this or girls to one side. And then you make it look as if it's their mother's children. Because you don't have a son, you feel, oh, they are not your child, it's the mother's children. So sometimes you see that kind of girls, when they grow, they used to pepper the man also, the husband, their father. They need to deal with that man also. Because anything you're doing, your child is seeing you, the children are seeing you. When you feel they are worthless, when they later become something in life, they will show you how worthless you are now. So I used to believe, I used to say it's not all about having boys child. Children are children. In fact, girls are even taking care of their parents now.
Children are children, both boys and girls.
Both boys and girls. My mom, she gave birth to seven children. We are 7 in number. 6 boys. I'm the only girl. And today, my mom is only me that she will call. I will answer her. When she cough, I'm always there for her. Now, what happens to the boys? Most of them are married and they have faced their family. Are you seeing it? So, and she will be telling me, oh, Adibi, God did not give her a girl. What would she have done? Adibi, that she had 3 boys before she even had me. She will be crying. Adibi, she didn't have a girl child. What would she even do in this life? That the boys are not picking her because they are all married. Responsibilities now have increased. School fees, everything.
Let me say something there. Be yourself. Yeah, what you are saying is very correct. But on the other hand, that's what I said. People who just pray to God that whatever child they are given will be useful. I have another friend who they have 2 daughters and 4 sons. Those 2 daughters do not go near their mom. It's the sons that were all looking after their mother. So again, they don't go near. They're like and the sons and their wives are the ones looking after their mom. But she has 2 daughters who doesn't come near. So on it depends. All we just have to do is to pray that whatever God gives us, let God just let those children. Yes, that's what we have to be praying. But so
right.
I mean, yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely right.
Thank you so much.
That is what Spice was saying before. She was saying that no matter how you feel, okay, you are a bit perfect. You will still have a child that will be giving you a headache. Okay, you will say the only thing is that what
you may end up with the one that maybe that one that you are killing yourself for. That is the one you want. Maybe the one that will cause your tears. Welcome, Mommy A. Thank you so much. Let's Mommy. We have to yo and be yourself. Just stay put. Please don't go anywhere. Be yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone in the chat. We appreciate you. I can see the chat going. I can see the conversation. This is really something interesting and something that affects every one of us, directly or indirectly. Our expectations and our reality that we are faced with daily in marriages. It's not just in children, but in different aspects of our life as married people. Welcome, Oyoyo. Let's hear from Oyoyo, then Mommy AC Kitchen. Oyoyo Wanyoma, are you there, Queen?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for this amazing topic. And Mommy Fechi just spoke everything. She touched on every angle we could imagine of. And be yourself. Everything you said here, you are absolutely correct. I am
very correct.
Thank you, Oyoyo.
I am that woman that has baby girls. I don't have a son. Has it bothered me? Oh, yeah, of course, a million times. Have I worried my head over it? Yeah, the Igbo girl in me worries myself. Forget the education.
Exactly. The Igbo girl, that is
Yeah,
it. The Igbo
it
girl.
worries
And especially the
me
Anambra girl in you.
in
Ah,
me.
they tell you, the Igbo girl, that is the
Be yourself.
problem.
Be yourself. You were saying if the person is enlightened and all of that. See, I have 3 degrees and all of that, and the master's all inclusive, but it's still they worry me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because that's how we were raised, kind of. That's the thing that we grew up consciously, unconsciously. It became part of us. I have worried so badly that my husband was like, what is even wrong with you? This man had to start giving me examples. President Bush, I say you're calling America. President Bush has 2 daughters. President Obama has 2 daughters. This Supreme
So
Court.
you're calling America.
I bet exactly.
See, President Clinton has 1 daughter. There is nothing this man has not told me. I say, you they call American presidents and American people. Have you forgotten when your eldest brother, the eldest son of the family, came to visit? She said, what am I wasting time? At the time he came to visit me, my second child was still in my arms. So maybe she was about a year and 2 months or thereabouts. This man was already telling me that there is this one they say is somebody else will be carried the pregnancy, that we should do something. They want more children. I said, didn't you hear that? He said, no, that he didn't hear. I said, I'm telling you now what your brother said. Give me an example of those in the village. Then my temperature will start coming down. In as much as it's not bothering him and all of that, then again, he will say, all these children we are giving birth overseas, how many of them are going to return back home? That is, do you understand? How many, all those investments we are making back home, how many of them are going to stay there?
Oh, exactly.
Hey, this is deep.
He told
This
me
is something we are going to
that one is
treat
another topic.
specially.
Hold
We
that
are
topic.
treating it. I have my
That one
pen
is
and
another
paper here.
topic. Yes, write that
I'm
topic
writing
because
it
me,
down.
I have issue also with that. That is part of the reason why I'm scared of taking my children abroad, especially when they are still young, because of coming back.
Yeah. So my husband now told me, have I forgotten this, our family friend here? He married Oyibo. They have 4 children together, 2 sons and 2 daughters. The 2 girls, the other one went to Yale, the other one went to Stanford. These are Ivy League universities. And the 2 sons, the first year in the university, they got somebody pregnant. That was the end of college. They started having babies. The second one, the same thing. None of them graduated from
Oh
university.
my God.
And they, do you understand? So these other 2 girls that went to Stanford, the moment the first one came out from school, they already hired this girl with over 200 and something thousand annual income. For a young girl, the father had to become a finance manager for the small girl that was 22. So, and then what the daughters are doing, is supposedly what the sons should be doing, right? They're supposed to be taking care of their father, but the reverse is the case. So these daughters, they change their father's vehicle every year. Their father must drive a brand new luxury car. It got to the man said, I'm already in my 60s. What I don't need those. You guys, okay? The 2 girls now agreed to make it every 2 years. They will buy their father a new brand new car, and it must be luxury car. So my husband was giving me all those examples to calm me down, right? But it's still not easy. Okay, I need us to understand it. What Mami Fechi was saying about that woman, I can understand that woman because I felt her position. I've been in her shoes. You understand? It's easier for me to understand what she's going through. I have a sister. She has 3 sons. She has no daughter. There is nothing that worries her till tomorrow. These boys are now they're in colleges now. The last one will be entering university. If has to resume start, maybe by August or by next year. Then she'll be left alone. No daughter, you understand? She worries. She's thinking of going to adopt a baby girl. So sometimes it takes somebody to go through that pain to understand the empathy that is involved in this, especially when you want to kind of console somebody. It takes a lot to clean that off our mentality. It takes a lot. I don't live in Nigeria. Nobody is bothering me, you understand? But I'm still the one bothering myself because I felt, yeah, we need to make it equal. We need to have a son. We need to have a daughter. It's not easy. My expectation, if I will say,
You,
yeah, 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. You understand? But I know be God.
that is the world we live in. Your expectations
Uh-huh.
didn't meet your
Your
reality,
reality.
and you're just learning to live with it.
With it, you understand? I was like, okay, 2 boys, 2 girls. Yeah, God, I love children. I want at minimum 4. I can take 6 if they come. But it doesn't work that way. Then I have a cousin. My cousin married at 17. She was already thinking by the time she's 22, she was done with children. This girl didn't start having children until 10 years after when she was 27. Okay, they were hurrying. Let's just finish and because my my mother's lady was, and that she's not ready to suffer. Or the children, if they see husband, they should just be going. That was how this girl got married. You understand? Before my elder sisters, before all of us were all older than this girl. She got married as she didn't even finish secondary school. She was writing WAEC when she got married. But that wasn't the reality that faced her 10 years after, before babies started coming. So if you tell her, she'll tell him, forget marriage can humble somebody. It's not what you
It's
think.
gonna humble you.
Yeah.
It's gonna humble you because it isn't what you planned for. But when it happens, what do you do? How do you deal with it? Thank you so much, Wanyoma. Please don't go yet. Let's Mommy SC Kitchen is here. Let's welcome her, give her time to also drop her, pour out her heart before she will forget. Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you, Yo Wanyoma. Thank you, be yourself.
Oh,
Nemuzo Wanyoma, my own whitey angel. Dalu, really welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all in the comment section. Thank you, everyone. And don't forget to thumbs up as you're coming in. Thank you so much. Mom Mercy Kitchen, let's hear from you, please.
good evening, everybody in the building. It is night here
Good
already,
evening,
but I'm
gorgeous
here
woman.
because this topic got me, like it got me big time. I'm going to talk from a
Mm.
life experience of my mother, and I'm going to talk about the life experience I'm seeing now in Europe, and I'm going to put to something that you people will be able to understand, and I'm going to be brief about it. My mother gave birth to 3 girls at a stretch. My father was the man that never bothered about anything. Sorry, my voice is cracking because I'm catching cold this night. It's so cold.
Oh, sweet.
My mother gave birth to 3 girls at a stretch, and my father is that man that never bothered about on okay, on why. It's not his business. All he knows is he's happy that the wife has delivered, and he's happy with the children that came forth. Do you understand? But when my mother gave birth to the third child, my immediate junior, my father was at work. Then his younger brother was the one that came to drop food for my mother in the hospital because my father used to be scared of blood. So it was only the first child that my father was there. He was always scared of blood, and he's even scaring the people in the where their delivery, labor ward. He'd be shaking. He said, Jesus, so stuff like that. So my mother will always say, Biko, if she's in labor, make him go work. Let her do it herself, that God is with her, stuff like that. So when she delivered, she now told my father that she has delivered. And then my father said, Hey, Ochuku Dalo, one mother, I'm just speaking Igbo because that's the language. My mother told us this when we I've graduated from the university, and it was something that prompted it. So this uncle of mine took food to my mother to the hospital. At getting there, he dumped the food like "Omugoni hona amu akpona akpona." You know that
Ah,
nonsense. My mother, she, and this is the husband brother she took to heart. Like she hates
ah,
him so much. Do you understand? So he said,
Ibuna.
like he has given birth to what she
Yeah,
used
no
to give
one
birth
why
to.
Ibuna Apuna.
One.
Ibuna.
See, I only deducted one thing from what he said. I only concluded on one thing. We all have to be mindful of what we spill out. What we speak
Mm.
is very important. And it was because of the situation that arose in his family. His wife gave birth to the first child, a girl, the second child, a boy. But that first child of his, the girl was the diakona, he prophesied on us. That is, and my
Oh.
mother said, "Oh, akuna. See, there's power in the tongue. What you wish for me will come unto you." That was
You. Whoa, 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 whoa. We lost her? Did we lose her? Mom Elsie, I think it's a network.
Yeah, while we're
Okay,
waiting
I think
for
Oh, okay, I'm back.
while we're
Curtis to
waiting
start.
for her.
I think
Okay.
my internet went. I don't know. But can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay. Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah. My mother now said, well, what you wish for me is going to come back to you because that is never in her own word. Like she will never think of something like that. But for you to now think of it and spill it out means it's coming back to him. Do you understand? So he gave birth, and now the daughter is that he's not calling like the whole family. No, no, Biakwa, oh, see this girl, oh, as small as she is, oh. And this girl is the age mate of our last, as in my last siblings, our Ejima, my mother's twin is the last set. That was that's in the Akuna no get level. Do you
Hey!
understand? And truly speaking, my mom told me this thing, and she only said it to us because she said she wanted us to understand something. See, you use the mouth to create the word. This lips is very dangerous. You can use it to bless, you can use it to curse. That my
Mm.
father accepted everything she gave birth to. My mother has 7 children to the glory of God. She has 4 girls and 3 boys, and that was it. So when she started giving birth to boys, because the boys now came back to back. After the 3 girls
Hey,
came the two
God.
boys, and the last set was a
Mm.
twin, a boy and a girl, and that was it.
Mm.
So my mother
Wow.
was like, "Oh no, kurunjeku." I was now one more can come, you know. And if you see our boys, they're God. I still thank God for everything. I still thank God for everything. When they look at them, they humble themselves. Like they are, the boys are
Mm.
making them to feel humble. The girls are intimidating them. I don't even know.
Hey!
And I still thank God that those are kuna that was rendered, that was spilled out, never came to existence. That is the first case.
Mm.
Second case here, my landlady here and the husband. My
Mm.
landlady is 85 years old. The husband is 84 years old. I'm just giving the age range so that you will know how old they are. This woman has 5 girls. He say, oh my wine, 5. Only 3 lived. The other 2 died stillbirth. But she gives her story. She's always telling me that there is nothing to be compared to baby girls. That she loved. Do I see these girls? I'm not just talking, these women, this man and wife, in the morning when I drop my kids off school, maybe I meet them in their garden. When I'm talking with them, you will see they are on their house phone. The children are asking, do you have any appointment? Should I come and pick you? What is on your routine today? Do you people have food at home? Should I bring food? If this one is calling, as this one is dropping, the other one is like, she will just be laughing. And when I talk,
Back to
she'll say,
back love.
I told her, her 3 girls are so close to her, to their father, and they don't see all this our Igbo mentality. That's what I call it. Achọrọ m nwoke nwoke nwoke. I have 2 girls and 1 boy, and true, my first child, I prayed that God please give me a girl because I love girls. That's my own. But God gave me a boy. I say, hey, akwala bomb boy, oh. I need girls, like more girls than boys. That is it. If it's so God wills it. And the reason is I know how we grew up. The 3 girls, I know how we grew up. And I wanted that thing to continue. There was this bond, it was there. And the boys came and they came into it. And everything was there. So,
Mm.
Monwo came on wine. See, it does not matter. There's a difference between what you
Mm.
ordered and what you got. Do you understand?
Mm.
So, all of us,
Yeah.
anywhere we find ourselves, the bottom line is let's just take it in good faith and accept
Yeah.
it and live with it
Yeah.
and be happy with
Yeah.
it. Because if we are not
Yeah.
happy with it, it's going to be tormenting us. Sister Yo-Yo,
Mm.
are you still here? I heard what you said.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
heard what you
Thank
said.
you.
But it is well. So be bold, live with it, and be happy. And just don't give up, sis. I don't believe in giving up because I always believe there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So let's not give
Yeah.
up. All right,
Exactly.
Yeah.
sis.
But the
I'll be
thing there
hanging
is
up.
there are some
Yeah.
persons, it's not as if they have given up, but they are learning to live with the reality God has
Okay.
given to them. Not that they've stopped trying, not that they've stopped believing God, but then they have made peace with what they have. Like I said, this is not even limited to children, but even to to our spouses, to the kind of things we see. in marriages, because like I said, most times we have this all perfect lovey-dovey romantic kind of marriage picture on in our head, and then when we marry, the reality is totally different. You wanted a man who is going to be like, he's so romantic. He's adorable with the children. He helps out with the chore. He doesn't scream. He's so apologetic. And then you get married. Boom. You are seeing the opposite of the man you wanted. And you're asking yourself, how did I end up with this man?
Yes,
like, have you ever looked at your husband or your wife and you say, yeah, how did I even end up with this one, sir?
Sister, let me tell you something that will shock you. Let me tell you something that will make you laugh. Truly speaking, I was that lady that thought like, if I marry a man, he's going to be like my father because my father does like he's always there. He can do the cooking, he can do everything, and he's smiling, he's happy. I wanted that kind of man. Do you understand? But yet, at getting married, I didn't see a picture of my father, but I saw a loving husband, a caring husband. But when it comes to this harsh choice, he'd be like saying I die. Like I say,
That is the
because
reality.
you know, and I was like,
29 welcome. But that
and
is the reality you are faced with. You
yeah,
have a
but
picture of a
the
father figure,
annoying
someone
thing,
that looks like your father.
yeah, that was just the picture. Every time I'm praying, I say, God, please just give me a man that'll be like my father. If in fact add Jara to it, let him be better than my father. Do you
Mommy,
understand? So, but when we got married, it was a little issue because I was like, my father used to do this thing at this age, and you're still young.
Mm.
My God, I wanted to start comparing. Then my mother told me one thing one day. That was where I woke up to my reality. Say, well, now so I better accept it. My mother said, Agbalangi that marriage is a parcel. All gifts are wrapped. They wrap the gift. It is when you get home and you unbox it, whatever that is therein, that is it. All in all, you will accept it. And that
mommy,
was
Thank
it.
you
what
so
just
much.
It's
what telling
Mommy
me,
Petra, are
I,
you
I
still
have,
there? Mommy?
yes,
mommy,
I'm still here, and I just have one last thought before I go down. You know,
Okay.
what listening to what Oyoyo said, I think the best thing for people to do is not to actually, once your husband, what made me happy with what she said was her husband's reaction to the whole situation. That's what matters. And thank God you're not even, you're abroad. Do you know that we have somebody we know who lives in Lagos, and these people were so poor that some is give me today, give me that day. They had two children, a boy and a girl. Do you know that in that face me, I face you where they live, that the people in their yard, they call it yard, always tell her, look at you. Now only two picking you if it born. Look at you. So it became an issue for her. She will be crying. See that they're telling me that I only have two. Even the two you have, people are helping you to school, send them to school, and you have a boy and a girl, and it's bothering you that people are telling you that only two picking you go born, and this lady will be coming to tell me like very upset. I told her off. I said, look at you. Why will you be
Mm.
listening to people? What is their problem?
Yeah.
And she knows. I didn't have to explain her situation because she knows how much she asks people for help. And I said, you have to thank God that He even gave you two. So what I'm trying to say is that no matter the situation, people will still use it as an abuse to you or to tell you off.
Mm.
People, somebody have two children, it becomes an issue that only two picking you go born, and then the person that they are telling is now being silly by even taking that to heart instead of telling them, thank God that I even have two. So people don't have any
Hey,
at all.
God.
Instead of saying
Hey,
that to
I'm
them,
just
you are
laughing here,
coming
seriously.
and you're being upset. And you're being upset about that. So what I'm trying to say, people just open their mouth and talk rubbish. And that person
Hmm.
that you're talking the rubbish to should be able to give it back to them so that they can shut up. But if you start
Yeah.
feeling, oh, they're telling me I only born two, and you're feeling bad, no, tomorrow they will tell you more. So, but let me just also say my own family, we are seven as well, seven, but six of us were girls. My mom only had one son. I think I've told this story before. But do you know? That's why I always say people should pray that God will give them the one that will be helpful to them, whether boys or girls. My only brother, if but our mom passed obviously earlier in life, But when we become of age and able to get money to support our parents, obviously by then my mom was gone, but my dad, it was all us girls that literally took care. Whether it's because our brother just felt that, oh, you people are doing it, I don't know. But I always say, if not for us girls, what would our dad never lacked anything on his dying bed? He was blessing all of us girls. So what I'm trying to say, God give you the one that will be useful. I had all sisters and one brother, but it was us girls that did everything for our dad when he was alive until his death and everything. Our brother was just there. And okay, what are you people doing? As if we are now the ones supposed to be doing it, because we just literally ignored him. We just literally ignored him and took over and was doing these
Oh my
things,
God.
you know. So and looking at him, and when I looked at the way he behaved towards our dad, I changed my prayer point quick again. When I say having boys, I say, God, oh, you are giving me these sons. I don't have any daughter that I'm going to compare. And I think because of that, because my sons knows that they don't have any sister, there's nothing like, oh, that's a girl, then go and look after your mom. They know that there's no sister, so they are doing what they've got to do for us as their parents. But what I'm trying to say is, please, people should not listen to people, because whether you give one or back to one or back to two or whatever, there's still something to say. I saw Zoe saying there that people are saying she has 2 boys and a girl, and they're saying, you have to give your daughter a sister. What nonsense? How do you know?
Is
How
there
do you know that the
anything
next
you give
one?
to this world that this nothing?
That's why we should not worry ourselves. Once you're happy, like once you're happy with what God has given, and you to your husband and the wife, we are happy with what you've got, just ignore what people are saying, because either way they're going to say something. They told our dad when we are growing. They told our dad when we are growing up to leave us all to get married, to go and get married, that we are girls. Why are you wasting your money on girls? And my dad said to them, thank God he was learned. He said to them, God bless me with girls, and all my girls are going to go to any level of education. All of us, the least degree was just first degree. Most of us, masters. 2 of them, 2 of my sisters are PhD holders. So I don't say that he's going to do it. God gave me girls, I'm going to train them. This idea of, oh, leave your girls, that woman, just leave them to go and get married, as if girl child is no longer a child. At the end of the day, who were the people that looked after him is us, the girls. So please, the prayer should be, whichever sex God has given to you, whichever gender, let God use them to bless you. Let them be a blessing and not a curse to you. And we have to be very, very, I know sometimes it's very difficult. It's not that simple, but we have to ask for God's grace not to use our mouth to say anything that will, bring any bad, feeling, especially for those children that we have, especially those of us who have a particular sex. These children are very sensitive. They watch you, they look at you, what you say, whether you actually value them or not. At the end of the day, God gives us the best. That's what I know. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mommy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mommy.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're really a blessing.
Oh, yeah, are you still there?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to say something when Mommy was talking. She said she was looking up to her husband to behave like her father. Yes, so that's what my daughter always tell me. Mommy, when it's time for me to get married, I want a man that will treat me like my daddy, that will call me princess every day, that will tell me he loves me every time.
Oh, God.
You know what I told her? I said, Nepotao, the reality is different, okay? For the fact that daddy is calling, you have to pray for it to happen. But whereby it's not happening, you have to adjust to what the reality is, okay? And just listening to Mommy, I just ended up laughing so loud. I say, see my daughter here speaking.
Do you know that so many of us have that expectation? when it comes to our husbands, because of the kind of fathers we have, we now want our husbands to be like, we indirectly start trying to model them to be like our fathers, or, for the men, because of the nature of their mothers, they want their wives to be a carbon copy of their mother. And when you eventually get married to that woman or to that man, and it's the opposite, what happens to that marriage? This is the reason a lot of people are throwing in the towels. They are packing up the marriage because they are saying, my father was not like this. My father doesn't do this to my mom. My father does this. My father helps my mom to cook. My father does the cleaning. My father bakes us. And then you now marry a man who does not even like smelling the kitchen. He doesn't even like coming close to all he wants is for you to come and serve him the food and he will eat. Do you now, because of that, throw in the towel? You let the marriage pack up because the man is not like your father. What about the other aspect of him that is different from your father? Your father could be doing something different to your mother, which you might not be seeing, but your husband is the direct opposite, doing those things for you as well. So these are some of the things some of the problems we are having. The high expectations is totally different. You want a man who dresses smart and clean and talks and do those, and then you now end up with Okonkwo. What do you do? No, you now end up with Okonkwo. What do you do? You understand? So there are other aspects that we look at and we forget that, okay, this is a compliment. Oh, mommy dropped. I think, mommy, is that good night? I don't know. There are other aspects of our spouses that we just need to live with and appreciate. It's like a cover-up for the weakness, for the other side we don't like. We cannot continue having this all perfect picture. Like I said from the beginning, it's like what you order online. You've not seen it with your eyes. You've not touched it. You've not felt it. You don't know what it looks like, but you see the picture online and then you place the order. When that thing arrives, you are seeing the fabric or the product is totally different. The color might even be different. The texture might be different. The quality might be different. What do? In most cases, you take it back, isn't it? But when you have gotten this package in form of a spouse, what do?
I return what I ordered online. I will return it sharp.
But when it comes to do with your husband, how do you return it, sweetheart?
No, that one is you can't.
Oh my God. That one is called Atokerelam.
These goods cannot be returned. In fact, if there's anybody returning, it is you, the woman, that can be returned easily.
Oh my God. This is so. Since I'll be going down. I want to be in the chat because my little baby is still here. All right.
Okay, sweet. Thank you so much for this amazing contribution. I appreciate you, Queen. You understand? So, Oyoyo, what do you do? Do you return the man?
No, you
can't. Or even
the
children, for instance. You have children that God has given to you. You wanted them to be, I was giving an example. You wanted the children to be all perfect, sweet, their skin popping. You wanted a particular complexion. Either you or your husband might have a particular complexion that you love. And then suddenly you have the children. Instead of the child's skin being what you want, it is the direct opposite. What do? You see some women start bleaching their children. No, this is not the kind of child I wanted. I wanted the fair skin child who has natural cream, organic cream for babies. You start bleaching these children.
Talking with my own experience. When I gave birth to my first child, she came very light skin, right? 24 hours later, the girl, because I was so obsessed that I couldn't even leave her on the hospital crutch. So I had to take her to my own bed. 24 hours later, my baby started turning black. I started crying in the hospital. I cried.
This package isn't what you ordered for.
I cried. I was like, oh my goodness, why is she so dark? What happened to my complexion? God, I cried. Then I thought it was going to end there. It got even darker afterwards. You know what I said? I said, I beg Jerry, no skin. Make I leave that one.
You're not going to look for organic skins, organic cream sellers on Instagram like a lot of women do.
Organic
because they wanted a light skin baby. That is why these fake creams, these skins that destroy the child's skin and even their organs are all over the market. You have a child, you are not even happy. Now you are choosing the complexion of the child.
What you're saying now, I had an experience of it when I was either just one or maybe, just one, just two, thereabout. My mother confronted a neighbor that suddenly started bleaching her child, her daughter. I was like, my mother said, baby, Esther, come. Say, Mama, care for. Or say, I just noticed. And I can't just notice and keep quiet because I want to make sure that everything is okay. I know you might say it's not my child, but all of you here are my children. That this child, look at your daughter, she even having a facial skin bond because you're using a harsh cream on her body. So my mother was like, she said, Mama, it's not like that, though, that I'm using the cream I'm using on her. My mother said, no, you don't do that. What happened to baby lotion? What happened to baby oil? If you don't know what to rub on your baby's skin, I will go and buy and show you. Did she stop?
Rub a kume or udaki. If you don't know what to rub, use a kume or udaki.
By force or by fire. The man is bleaching, the wife is bleaching. They now start bleaching their daughter. So you can understand, when I was a small child, I was like, whoa. So I say now, for me now, I'll go and buy organic cream so that my daughter, by now, I would have been tired by now. No be so.
Oh. Would have been very tired. Should have been I see a lot of children, and I feel like just grabbing their mother, tie them up, and give them very good spanking. You know, because they see the pictures of these children on Instagram looking like egg, their skin popping. These things, some of them are filters. We have filters on our smartphone. Mommy T, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Sometimes these cameras they have inbuilt filters that when you take the picture, it filters it immediately. And then you start looking, you want your child's skin to be the same as those children. Some of them are model, they are child model. What do? You now start looking for organic cream to bleach the children. This is getting rampant daily. Be yourself. I don't know where are you in Nigeria? Where are you?
I'm in Nigeria.
Okay, I hope you are seeing all this, even in schools. You see little children, you see their knuckles, children having
I
knuckles.
want to even tell you that this one is another topic also.
No, it is something that a lot of mothers are doing because their expectations were not met. Maybe their husbands are dark in complexion, and they now want the children to be dark, but the child decides to take their gene, their complexion more, and becomes dark. So they feel dissatisfied.
Are bleaching babies. They are bleaching babies. You know that you are not fair. Your husband is not fair, but you want your child, people to tell you that your child look like white. You will see that baby color will be pure white. And you know when you are bleaching a child, the yellow the yellow no go. If you see someone that is doing bleaching, you will know. Because the person's color is not going to be blended. You know?
I was looking at one little boy of around 4 years, and you need to see the boy's knuckle, his side, his cheek. You need to look at it. And I'm like, why do you do this to a child? If God didn't give you a child, you will be crying, God, give me a child. You didn't give me a child. In fact, some people pray, give me even if it's a half child. You know, I don't know if you've seen some desperate women's prayer, even if it's half, give me. I don't know if they have any half child anywhere. But any child is child. They will say anyone at all. No, we want the full one, the complete children. So when God has blessed you with a child, a boy. I see this with boys and girl child. And then you see the way they are bleaching their skin up, and then you're wondering, what do you really want? You have asked God for a child. He has blessed you with a child. Now you are now asking God, why did you not give me the yellow complexion? Why the dark one? And then you start bleaching and scrubbing the child, the innocent child skin. You are scrubbing it as if you want to peel out the skin. You are unsatisfied. feeling frustrated with the skin that you cannot create. These are the things we're talking about. It is not just in having children, but there are certain things that God has gifted us that we are not satisfied with. God has blessed us with it, we are not satisfied with. I am making this video so that people who have should know and understand that, look, you can't have it 100%. Sometimes God allows certain things so that you can work on it. God cannot create a perfect human being and give to you. You have to work on, completing that person, completing the person, the other side, the other half. This is just, it's frustrating. Even when it comes to the man, you may look at, in fact, the other room, I want my husband to be very strong and active, and that expectation, when you get into the marriage at the end of the day, even once a week becomes problem. Welcome, DP. Thank you so much. Welcome, Sade. Thank you, Queen. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Please, guys, as you're coming in, kindly smash the like, okay? Don't forget. Hit the like so you don't forget. Be yourself. You're saying something. Was it Oyoyo?
I totally agree with you. Especially when there are children. The man will be thinking of sleeping, thinking about food and other things. Even the other one now becomes a problem. At that point, you now find out that it's not all about sex. Finally, there is a lot in marriage.
But before marriage, you'll be thinking, oh, once I get married, every day I'll be enjoying myself non-stop. Every day, my husband will be giving it to me. But the reality sets in. The children are there, mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, I want biscuit. Mommy, I want this. Your husband is dragging you from one end. The children are dragging you from the other end, and then at the end of the day, you are so tired. Asigi, you say, no, please. You forgot that aspect, that promise from the beginning, that no. You forget that. Even some men got married for this purpose, so that they can stop cheating, so that they can have one woman they will be giving it to day in, day out. And then the reality sets in. You marry her. Because of the tiredness, the work, and the stress, the woman cannot. And then you demand, no, this isn't what I bargained for. I wanted to marry. I wanted to be having this thing back to back. I didn't bargain for a woman telling me about headache every now and then. No. Woman, open it. I want to enter.
At the beginning, that's what I say. It's all about understanding. At that point, now is when understanding sets in. As a women pass through a lot. Men also pass through a lot. So you need to know how the body system works, because there are some men that during the course of doing it, they died on top of a woman. And because the body system is not in order, and you just want to do it by fire, by force. A lot of men are dead because of
even when he's not feeling okay.
Exactly, and then they will not blame the woman for killing her husband. Meanwhile, they don't know the story of what happened inside.
Honestly, you see this thing called marriage. I always say this thing called marriage that we are in. It's the grace of God. That is why from the beginning I said, do not look at anybody's marriage and use it as a yardstick for yours, or compare it with yours. And set unnecessary standard or expectation for yourself, even as a single person. Because when you get in the reality, it will just hit you like a cold water. Early morning cold water, whoa. And then you're like, okay. So this is that thing they're talking about marriage. There is none perfect. And I will always say it. You see, social media is not helping us. You go on Instagram, on TikTok, couples go. You see them, bam, 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 uniform on point. You see their night wear, their Christmas wear, and everything. Everything is so on point. Children looking like eggs. You now want this kind. Sorry, it's after the camera they pull everything. Just like after this live stream, now I pull up this top. And they now face reality. They have their own challenges. Every couple you see have a challenge. It may not be a challenge that may break the marriage, but it could be something they're learning to live with and manage. So if you don't learn to deal with yours or manage yours or balance yours, you may end up breaking the home. Expectations sometimes is different, totally different. And when that occurs, you just have to call yourself to order. Sit down and analyze it. Ask yourself, okay, this is the expectation I have of my husband. I wanted a very good husband, understanding husband, apologetic husband, kind and romantic. Now this man is not all that. What do? You have to start working on that in order to get him to be at least close to that thing you wanted. How do you go about doing that? It is by you doing those things you want him to do. If your husband is not a complimentary type, you start complimenting him, and if he's not learning, you can voice it out in a nice way. These are little things we can do, but there are some realities that we can't change. It has come to stay with us. We can't change the sex of a child. We can't change the complexion of a child. You can't even fast forward the hand of clock when it comes to waiting. Because if God said you're going to wait for 5 years, believe me, even no matter what you do, you will wait for that 5 years because there's a reason maybe. If God said you're going to wait for this number of years before you have your first child, you will wait. Even if you go for IVF, it may not succeed, except you go for adoption. Or you go for surrogacy. Even the surrogacy, even if you get a surrogate mother, anything can still happen. So sometimes patience and perseverance is just the watchword. Learning to be patient and let God walk you through these challenges and then come out of it unscratched. Because that is the grace we pray for, to be able to walk through this and come out of it and not be burnt or consumed by it. If you think there are, if you think there are people out there whose marriage is 100% perfect, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. No matter how rich, no matter how wealthy, no matter how beautiful, no matter how highly placed, they have their challenges. Otherwise, the richest men in the world will not be having divorce today. What do you think will make the richest man of the world's wife decide to ask for a divorce? I mean, she has everything. She practically has the world on her fingertips, isn't it? Anything she wants, she can. If she wants a private jet, a new one today, she can get it. She can afford it. If she wants to travel to the moon today, the husband can arrange that. If she wants to sleep in this country and wake up in another country, the husband can afford that. But yet, she decided to still quit. Do you know why? Do you know why? It gets to show you that there is no perfect marriage out there. Thank you so much, Be Yourself, Wanyoma. Thank you, Yo-Yo. There is no perfect marriage. Because even the rich also cry. The rich also cry. It is not rosy for them. It may not be financial. You may be having financial difficulties. Your expectation of the kind of home, the kind of marriage you want, the financial strength you want to your home might be different from what you are faced with. Like I said from the beginning, you may want a husband who is well-to-do, and you get married to that man. Eventually, one wrong investment or anything can happen. Challenges of life happens. Like people say, life happens. Life no balance, and when it happens, every savings, all your savings, everything goes down the drain. What do? Do you throw in the towel at that point? Do you say, no, I am done with it at that point? Do you say, no, I didn't bargain for a marriage I have to struggle through? No, I cannot deal with this financial crisis. No, I didn't plan for this at all. Do you throw in the towel? The towel, do you throw in? Do you end it because of that challenge? Because if you think money is the only thing, there are people with all the money in the world, yet their marriages are still packing up. So that is to tell you, it is not marriage. It is not money. It is not children. There are couples with children. I mean, they have 4 even. They have both sexes, both boys and girls. And they've been in marriage for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Yet, the marriage packed up. They have children, they have money, they have the degrees, they have everything, yet it packed up. Marriage will humble you. It is not something you just have it all worked out, figured out. You can't have it all figured out. Because you can wake up today and meet something new.
What I will say before I step down, marriage is a process, okay? And if we understand it that way, we can be able to process whatever challenges that is thrown at us in the course of the marriage. Just like me, I've accepted my situation and I'm loving myself, and I'm most grateful for the kind of man that God gave me. And also for anybody thinking there is a perfect marriage or perfect union or perfect couple, I will tell the person that the person is not really living. The person is not being realistic. My take is, if you want perfection, please go to heaven. That's where Christ is. And that's the only perfect I've come to experience. And for those thinking is all rosy, please tell them, or say my husband still they bury himself for work since Thursday. Okay.
you see, like you now, okay, your husband has been so busy, isn't it? He has been so busy. Sometimes you go and look at him to see when is he going to finish this work, because this man, okay, and the man would bury his head in work for into the middle of the night and come back to just
yesterday night. He got to bed at 6 a.m. yesterday night. He got the bed this morning, and he had to sleep for how many hours and then return back to work at 8:30. And he did the same on Friday. He did the same on Thursday. So if you think it's all rosy, it's not, okay? Sometimes you just have to deal with the challenges that life has thrown with you and deal with it with grace. That's what makes it easy.
Honestly. You cannot just
from the background.
You cannot start telling him, you work too much, you don't give me time, you don't do this, you don't give me time. You are always buried in this. What kind of work is this that is never ending? There are men who are looking for the work. There are men who are idle at home, looking for a job. Your own has the job. Will you complain? No, you will only thank God that he has a job, that is able to provide for his family. Like at least he has a job, because there are men who don't even have that job, and they're still getting by. That is just marriage for you. That thing you're complaining about, another person is looking for it. Another person is looking for that thing that you're complaining about. That thing you don't want, another person is looking for it. Yoma, thank you so much. I appreciate you for your great contribution. I think you stepped down. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And everyone in the chat. Yes, the conversation has been thought-provoking. And we just have to look at it and understand that marriage, like we said, is like a package. That will complain in a situation like that. Thank you. Olufemi, you see, has gone for many days now. So that's the thing. But there are husbands out there who stay at home morning and night, morning, afternoon, night, and their wives are saying, your mate have gone to work. Your mate has gone to work. Look at you. You sit at home morning to night doing nothing. Lazy man. What are you doing? You can't even fend for your family. Idle man. There are men, on the other hand, who have gone to work and their wives are looking for them. When are you coming back home? This work will not kill you. Are you the only one working? Are you the only man working? Are you the only man with work? When your own come, just carry your cross. Carry it with joy and with pride and with dignity. There is no perfect anywhere. It is not perfect anywhere. So you that is complaining your husband doesn't have a job. There are people complaining that their husbands work too much. In fact, there are women who are praying for their husbands to lose their job so they can get their attention. I don't know if any of you know about this. Marriage is a package. It's a package gift. It's only after the marriage that you package the gift and see its real color. It takes a lot of effort, honestly. Thank you so much. Conscious effort. Marriage is, thank you so much. There is no perfect human being. There are women. There's a group I joined, and then somebody complained about the husband not always being around. The husband is always busy and always working. And she's saying, if only the husband can even, that they've made enough money, but she wants the husband to lose his job so he can have time for the family, have time for the children. The children hardly see him. He's always away. Within the same state, but always busy. So all she needs is the man's attention, the man's presence, no longer that job. Whereas there are women out there whose husbands sit with them, give them all the attention, but they want the man to be away from home. Just get out of the house. They don't want to see the man at home at all. Get out, go and look for job, go and hustle, go and be with him, whatever. I don't need your presence. We can't have it all. We can't have it all. Thank you, Aziza TV show. Thank you so much, gorgeous woman. Thank you. Yeah, no be like a conscious effort. We just have to consciously put in every effort. Good communication can help, not nagging. Thank you so much, Nemuzo. Thank you so much. There is no perfect marriage. You just have to learn to deal with the situation. Not throw in the towel at the first challenge, because there are people dealing with worse situation than you think you're dealing with. There are people having more difficult situation than you can ever imagine. When you hear their story, you will say, whoa, how are they surviving? How are they managing it? When your reality don't match with your expectations, go down on your knees and talk to God. Gorgeous woman, you are back. Thank you so much. Yeah, we don't mind hearing from you before we go. Like you can jump on the link. Let me drop the link, consistent place. If you can jump on it, let me drop it one last time, because I would love to have your contribution, your input on this. I would love to have your contribution on this. I just dropped the link. If you can jump on it for a few minutes, I wouldn't mind. Thank you so much for coming back. Aziza TV show, thank you so much. Please, guys, before I even forget, if you don't have Aziza TV show, please kindly go and join her. Go and subscribe to her and follow her. She's a mom of 4 big boys doing her thing in Australia. So please, guys, she's my member, one of my members. Go and support her. If not for anything, for my sake, go and support her and see how she's coping alone, how she's managing motherhood and daily life. She's managing it gracefully, and I really appreciate this woman. Thank you so much, Consistent Place. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm going to pick the kids from school.
Okay. Okay, welcome. Thank you so much for joining on jumping on the link. Yeah. So we are talking about the expectations and reality in marriage, what people expect and what they get. And when that happens, how that leaves them feeling frustrated, dejected, and empty in the marriage.
Yeah, I really love that topic. When I saw it, I was intrigued because I still had my work going on. I had to just jump in and say hi and leave. And
okay.
It's a very, very important topic. Most of the time, this expectation has killed a lot of people. And thank God that we are in a generation that, violent ladies like you are actually bringing light to this, how expectation is killing marriages. I have one of my videos, I said mistakes I made when I just got married, and that was one of the things. I came in with all this expectation, my husband is supposed to be like this, supposed to be like this. Then before my eyes opened, I came back to my senses that what you really need to focus on is focus on yourself. When you're doing the work for marriage, you don't choose a bad marriage hoping to get some results out of the blue. And when you also get into the marriage, there's a way to approach this. One of the way when I work with clients, one of the things I always tell them when I'm approaching this is that what expectation does is kind of like you might be drinking poison and hoping that someone else dies. Or you are doing the diet and hoping that someone else is losing the weight. Or you are hitting the gym and hoping that someone else, is getting the fitness. Now, another way that I actually made people, because this expectation thing, when you understand it, you get your own personal deliverance. I've actually gotten deliverance out of this concept, in that I've seen how, dumb I used to be when I had expectation on people. You were supposed to call me, you didn't call me. You were supposed to just understand, you didn't understand. And then I came to realize that in elementary school, like nursery school, we do arithmetic, we do 1+1. And then when we get to university, we do maybe quadratic equation, algebra, further math, those kind of stuff. So sometimes you see a nursery school student who is just tall and grown and has a regalia that is the size of a university, and you just ascribe strength to them that this is supposed to be a university graduate. And then you give them a quadratic equation, like, come on, solve this quadratic equation. And I'm waiting. And you look at it and you tell me, I can't solve it. I said, I can't even believe I gave her a quadratic equation and she doesn't want to solve it. Like, for real, she doesn't want to. I know she knows it. And she doesn't want to solve it. My kids are here. And then you're getting upset that they don't meet criteria. How are you, baby? Okay.
Mom?
Yes, Papa. How are you?
I got something for my friend's birthday party.
Oh,
and I wanted to show it to Faith.
Okay, that's fine. Close the door, Liz. All right, I'm on the phone, okay? When we get home, we'll talk. Okay, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Okay, welcome, kids.
So when I came to that conclusion, I realized that I have really been torturing people around me who never in the first place told me they had the qualification I was expecting from them. I am expecting you to be nice. Did you ever tell me that you were a nice person? No. I was expecting you to understand. Did you ever tell me that you did that course? No. I was expecting you to be a good husband. Did you ever tell me that you had those qualities? No.
Wow.
Then what I understand is that whatever you present to me is what I get. If you show to me you are a strong woman, I take you as a strong woman. But until then, I will never assume that you are a strong woman. If you show me that you are a weak person, I function with you on that dimension until you prove something else. So I cannot see you are a weak person. And as I say, I can't believe Onwa is weak. I can't believe she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. There's a lot of noise here. She doesn't do that. When you had never, that's the thing. It's first of all us. It's not even about the other person. It's about us. Because sometimes you ask yourself, what did I do to this person? No, you didn't do anything to that person. They are just expecting something you never told them you can do. And you have no notion what they're expecting you to do. Just like I can be expecting my kindergarten student here to solve a quadratic equation. She's like, Mom, this is my math. I did it. 1+1 is 2. I got it, but I don't know why Mom is upset. But I want them to solve x+1, x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. Yeah, that's the simplest way I always take that. No matter how big you are, no matter the size of your regalia, I don't care if you wear a regalia that has 3 stripes, doctorate. I take what you give me. Once you present yourself to me anyhow, that's the way I deal with you, and I function with you at that level until you prove to me that you can actually function at a doctorate level, right? So that's the thing with expectation. We just go around hoping that someone will be nice. And when they are not nice, and not that they're really ill intention, even in marriage, those husbands, those wives, they're not ill intention to treat you bad. You say, I just wish that I want to get married. My husband will be romantic. He will be affectionate. He did not tell you that. He did not tell you that. Or that my mother-in-law will just come and spend the week. She did not tell you that. Don't take out of people's pocket what they did not tell you that there was in that pocket, because it's not there. There's nothing in there. Once you see it, once they remove it and show you that I have this, appreciate it and know that they have that. And if they don't have it, look for a way to put it there. If your husband doesn't have affection, look for a way to build that affection. If your husband is not a prayer warrior, look for a way to put prayer warrior. Don't say you can't believe he has been in the church for 20 years and he's not a prayer warrior. It just means that prayer warrior bag was empty. And in everything that we do, there are a lot of empty bags that we need to fill, and we just need to learn how to identify them and fill them. If somebody doesn't have something, they cannot give you. If they're not giving you, it means they don't have it. Yeah, that's
means it's not there. It's not there.
Means it's not there. That bag is empty. It's just empty.
Mm.
And then
Thank you very,
that has
very
helped me a
much.
lot even in my relationship. I don't have any expectation from anybody. I'm not entitled to anybody's thing, anybody whatsoever. But when you offer it to me, I know you have it, and I appreciate it a lot. That's how I work. That's how I function. And it
Wow.
limits unnecessary problems. I can't believe on one that I had a birthday party in my house last week and you didn't come. Did one tell me that she was committed to our friendship the way I thought? No. You can't just sit and expect that, oh, I have heard that you are getting married. I must come. No, I did not tell you that I was that committed until you want to take something out that was not given. Until I tell you that I cannot miss your wedding. Then you will understand that, oh, I had a lot, I had you somewhere that I cannot miss your wedding, right? That's the same thing that we should do. And even if my bag is empty, the thing is not to take something out that doesn't exist in a bag, but to put something in there. And how to get something out of somewhere is to put it in there. So you are the one to put whatsoever you want me to do to you, do it to me. And the Bible said, so the Bible said that treat others the way you want to be treated, but it did not say that they will treat you the way you want. They will treat you the way you treated them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this great input. That's why I am so happy that you jump on the link, because I know you would definitely nail it here. Thank you so much, gorgeous woman. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, yeah. Bye, kids.
Bye.
Bye. So guys, I mean, this is Consistent Play. She's a marriage counselor. She has said it all. And please, if you want more, you can go check out her video. She does a lot of counseling regarding marriage and even relationship and even raising children. So you will pick a lot from her too. Thank you so much, gorgeous woman. And like she said, sometimes our expectations are too high and we expect a lot from people who, I mean, it's not as if they've told us that they have this, but we're expecting a lot from them. And like I was saying before she even came up, if they don't have it, you have to show by example. You want your husband to be appreciative, you start appreciating him. You want him to be romantic, start showing him romance.
That's true.
You want him to, whatever you want, if he's not doing that, same thing goes for the man. If you want your wife to be like this and it's not in her, instead of nagging and complaining about it, why don't you begin to sow in that seed and nurture it and let it grow? Then if it has grown and it is not producing the fruit that you expected, then you know that, okay, there is a problem somewhere. You know, there is a problem somewhere, because any tree you nurture so well, and that tree has become, that it has grown and become a huge plant and it's not bringing forth fruit, you know there is something wrong with the tree, with the foundation, with the root. And then you start dealing with the root cause of that problem. That's why you know there's a root cause. You start dealing with it. So we should just take it easy with expectations. No marriage is perfect. No marriage is the same. Stop looking at other people's own. Stop using at other people's marriages as a yardstick. Stop comparison. It doesn't help. It will just leave you feeling empty. This is what it does, because if you don't get it, you start feeling frustrated. And frustration can lead to depression. It can lead you to start feeling empty, like you are worth nothing. Your esteem begins to go very low because you feel you're worthless. You are not getting what you wanted out of that marriage.
That's true.
Let's work on it. Marriage is beautiful. I'm concluding with this. Marriage is beautiful. And remember that it's a daily progress. It's a work in progress. We just have to keep improving on it daily and live with what God has blessed us with. We can't have it all. No man is perfect. No woman is perfect. For those who got married, and they are believing God for the fruit of the womb, if it's not coming, be patient. It is not your making. Sometimes it is God giving you time. Sometimes it is God allowing time to pass so that He can prepare you to be a mother or prepare you to be a better father. It may not be your fault. It may not be your wife's fault. It may not be your husband's fault. It may not be anybody's fault. Just naturally, just happen. You don't have control over these things. Medically, yes, you're doing all you can. Do not feel dejected. Do not feel empty because of it. Do not allow frustration set in. And for those who have only boys, they want girls. Yes, you wanted girls. Remember, you are not the one giving these children. You are not the one molding these children. You are not the one forming them in your way. You don't even know how they form, how they. You only get to know you are pregnant after you have missed your period. Thank you so much, consistency. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate this great contribution. You know that. I love you. Thank you so much. You don't even know how these children came to be until you missed your period, and then boom, you don't know the sex until you go for ultrasound after a couple of months. So who are you now? I know, because the society has placed so much value on the male child. So you now allow that walk you up. Have you asked yourself, what if I don't have any? What if I don't have any? Like, I don't have any. There are couples that have been waiting. Have you asked yourself, how are they even coping without one? You have all boys, you are complaining. You have all girls, you are complaining. Have you asked yourself, have you tried putting yourself in the shoes of those who are still waiting? Learn to just make do with what God has blessed you with. Learn to appreciate God with what you have. Appreciate that man in your life. Appreciate that woman in your life. Because there are those who are dealing with karishika in their house. They are dealing with karishika. You know, this woman that will give them hell. You have your own. You are complaining. There are men equally who are abusers and all that. You have your own. He has not raised a finger on you. I know there are different forms of abuse. But for that one, so long as you know he's not violent, he's not abusing you in any way, learn to appreciate him or her. It is God that makes all things perfect. No human being is perfect. You have a light-skinned child, appreciate her. You have a dark-skinned child, appreciate her. You have a child without hair, without full hair, appreciate the child. Because you can't even form. When they give you mold now to mold, after molding, can you breathe the breath of life into that mold? If you can't, then you don't have any right to complain. Just appreciate God. I know it is difficult due to pressure, but go down on your knees and ask God to fill that emptiness. That emptiness in your heart. Just ask God to fill it. Because it's there. Only God can fill it. No human being. And you need to ask for that. So you can find peace. So you can find. So there is nothing under this world that is totally perfect for us. Those who have jobs will always complain. Those without jobs will still complain. Those with children will complain. Oh, these children, you will not kill me. I didn't kill my mother. I didn't kill my father. No, you will not kill me. There are those who don't even have also. They are looking for children to scatter the entire room, to scatter all their arranged housing. They are tired of arranging and organizing their homes. They just want a child to pull down something and let the glass break. And then they can shout, oh, you are scattering my house. They are looking for that. You that have the broken plate, you will not let the whole world rest. And then you open your mouth and say words you're not supposed to say to your children. Words you're not supposed to say to your husband. Words you're not supposed to say to your wife. You open your mouth and say those words. May God help us. All right, guys, let's draw the curtain tonight. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Exactly, consistently. God bless everyone here who have been here up to this very moment. I have amazing people still here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I can't begin to call all the name. Oh, Yoma, you are my love, my sister my sister from another mother. Thank you, Nemuzo. Thank you, Adane Talk Show. From the beginning, you have been here. Thank you for your love. Thank you, Cornelius Okudele, my darling husband. Thank you, Mom Elsie Kitchen. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sade. Sade, sorry, I didn't welcome you, Queen. Thank you so much. Welcome. Thanks for your love and your amazing contribution here. Olufunke, thank you so much. AE29, my gorgeous Queen, I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. For Yo-Yo Fresh. I'm trying to look for the name. My system is already beginning to act up. It has froze. Let me go to the one I'm streaming with. Yeah. Thank you, consistent place, for this amazing mommy Fechi. Oh, my mommy that God gave to me after I've lost my mother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, mommy Fechi. Thank you for always showing me love. Thank you for inspiring this topic today. You are amazing. God bless you. God bless you. Aziza TV, thank you for your love and your support all the time. In fact, I have amazing people here. Amazing, amazing people. Mommy T, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing night rest. I appreciate all your love and your support. Let's do this again tomorrow. Wine go. Wine go, wine go, wine go, wine go. Thank you so much. Wine go comedy. Thank you. I appreciate you. I have amazing people here. Amazing. Okay, I think that's me too. Yeah, Mommy T, thank you so much, everyone. How do I begin to? James Giffy, thank you, everyone here. God bless you. Ahmed, being a carer with care is my gorgeous thing. God bless you. Time out with family. Thank you so much. Oh, I don't know. I'm losing some names here, but thank you. Just know that I appreciate you and I love you. I thank you for your love and your support. Please, guys, whenever we are streaming, I may not be saying it all the time, but whatever you don't have, you can go quickly, check out the person and then connect with the person. We have great people in this family, this community here, amazing supporters. Like everyone here is genuine. Trust me, everyone here is genuine. Thank you so much. Connect with whoever you don't have. Okay, Moritemi, I appreciate you. And then there's someone and another new person here in the family. Yeah, that is Larry Thomas. Thank you so much. At home with Mansa, the Mansa Queen, the gorgeous queen. I appreciate you. Be yourself, Dynasty. Getting it right with Olivia. Yeah, Adana Touch, thank you. Mrs. Perry. Yes, and Laviv, thank you. God bless every one of you. Have an amazing night rest. And I will see you tomorrow, same time here. Of course, we have to shake our body to exercise with this beautiful song here. Thank you. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Yes, I need you because I want you. But you're the only one for me. I'm from home, I have to try to. The world is stressing me. I work with you because I know it's that. And you're my company. And I'm a call you. Turn up. And you always come through to me, peace of mind, yeah. You make me feel like the ocean. You give me peace of mind, yeah. Nobody's here on my attention. You give me peace of mind, yeah. You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye. Bye, everyone. I love you all. Yeah. Bye.